Back in 2017, one of the best releases came out of blue from Netherlands or Netherlands Norway when Asagraum did release their first album through a Finnish label Cult. That album was something of a majestic surprise given the precious, really nice songwriting, and it made me really interested in this particular band. And so I got the chance to talk to these ladies or lady of the band, the mastermind of the band, soon after at Steelfest. So those of you who have missed the interview, I totally suggest you to check it out, either before or right after this review. Now it's time, however, for their second album called Dawn of Infinite Fire, released by Norwegian label Edst Circle Productions. This one is a beautiful cardboard package, a special kind of a release. This is actually a special version, limited version or something like that of this album. So I will try to unbox it for you. As you can see, this is a cardboard box that that has these extra ingredients. So for example, here we have Asagraum patch. Then we have a sticker. Sorry, this way obviously. And obviously the CD, which then again brings to another point of this limited box, because this is a double CD. Now the interesting feature here is the main CD of this release is roughly some 46 minutes all in all. And this second CD, which is kind of a bonus content, a bonus disc as it says, it's only 8 minutes lengthy. One could only wonder why would it make sense to put it like this. But this has 2 extra tracks which are the bonus content, while the normal version is just right here. Let's just take a look also on this booklet when I start to talk about this very album. So those who are unaware of this band and are now just finding, this is a all-female band, or was at least the last time I checked, which is interesting to some and meaningless to others. But the one and only person who is the mastermind of the band is called Obscura. As you can see, she has done all the compositions and lyrics, and now there is a new drummer. The rest, as far as I know, are kind of a session or live members. So here we have how it looks like inside. We have the main member of the band, some lyrics which are there in a peculiar font, and seems like my zoom is not able to stay with me, so I'm just gonna show it a little farther away so you can maybe pause and take a look at these lyrics. So 46 minutes of black metal, and very much in the vein of the original debut album. Then the bonus content, which is not featured on the booklet, is just right here, 2 tracks. One of them being ambient track, the first one, and the second one is actually more in the Asagraum vein of music, which is very dark, very fast-paced, usually quite aggressive, but more leaning on the darker than violent side of black metal. Very much actually riding the wave of what used to be called just second wave black metal. That is very traditional to the Nordic style of creating music, but still not actually like reminding me of just some other band. Maybe more like a blend of different styles when it comes to the music. I think overall the songwriting is pretty damn good. All the riffs are something that totally makes sense, and the way the whole album is like put together, you know, the different details, drumming, guitar playing, and handling of those black metal vocals, they're just very solid work. Now about drumming, I must say, I was paying attention to the little details here and there with what the drummer is doing, and I must say I really enjoy. Like when there's a blast beat, it might be just missing, like for a reason, just some like individual hits and symbols or whatever, which creates kind of a nice way. It's just not like all the way, but more like it's like little broken rhythms. I don't know what it's actually called because I'm no drummer myself, but I mean I totally like what it's done because it could be just all the way like basically, but instead it's like just a little bit broken in a ways that it makes this album more interesting. And some of the riffs are also doing that as well. But I think the track number 5 here is kind of weird because it kind of starts to build tempo and then it slows down and it gets repeated later on. And while I think it's a nice idea, it creates kind of a feeling that this is not working as good as intended. However, I like the diversity, so it's a kind of a two-way street, so to speak. But overall, I think Dawn of Infinite Fire is a very, very solid album. Maybe not as good as the original one, but it's kind of hard to say because, I mean, things like that are always kind of a tied to the very moment when you hear an album for the first time. So would I know in like, I don't know, 3 or 5 years, maybe I would put them in different order, but at this time I feel like that was really a little bit better than this one. But this is not to say that this is not a strong album, because this is actually one of the better albums of the whole year when it comes to the black metal, and definitely one of the better albums of this later part of 2019. So once again, the ladies, and especially Obscura of Asagraum, have done wonderful job creating wonderful black metal release. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but on average, I would say this is the type of black metal release that should appeal to most of the fans. I mean, this is just well done with production, vocals, drumming, songwriting. So there you have it. And if you're wondering whether or not you should be getting this special version versus the normal version, I guess it's up to the price. If you want these special stickers and patch, and you want to have those 2 extra tracks, then this is definitely the thing you should be after. But then again, those 2 extra tracks are not like that big deal in my opinion. This album is very, very much on its own anyway. So this extra material, I think it depends whether you're a collector of special versions or you just want to get the solid tracks. And there you have it. Anyway, I totally urge you to check out this band, and also a reminder, check out the interview if you're interested in this band. Very interesting things are said in that interview, even though I'm kind of a douchebag when it comes to doing that interview. Or so I was told. Anyway, have fun with Asagraum and take care.